story about something that happened to me 4 days ago on Christmas Eve this year.
Christmas story.
It's the morning, Christmas Eve day in the morning. I was at sort of a holiday gathering, and it was a Reiki share. So Reiki, in case you don't know, is a form of hands-on energy healing. And I have to say, when I get Reiki, when I give Reiki, I sort of get a little high. And I was a little loopy as a result, and I needed to go after this gathering and stop by my office because I'd forgotten to pick something up that I wanted for the holidays. So I was pretty much right down here in about this area of the city, and I was heading up towards like 12th and Walnut. And it was freezing cold, but I was cool with walking. So I'm heading up Walnut Street, and no sooner does the 21 bus kind of pull up alongside me, and I think, all right, well, you know, it's freezing cold, and you can, you know, I can ride 8 blocks or whatever it was. So I get on the bus, and, you know, take it up to about 12th Street, get off, go do what I need to do at my office, and then I had some time to kill, so I was thinking, you know, why not kind of browse in some of the stores and see if there's sort of any last-minute holiday deals, or a few things I could pick up for people. So I was walking around, and I was sort of just taking my time, and nothing was really catching my eye, but I did need to get a little bit of holiday wrap, and I needed to get a card. So by this point, about probably a good, you know, hour or 45 minutes has gone by since I've gotten off the bus. And I go and I pick up what I need, and I get to the register at this little boutique, and I reach into my purse, and I realize that my wallet isn't there. So I sort of had this moment of internal freak out, because there were probably about $150 of cash in the wallet, and there were 2 major credit cards, one personal, one business account, and the same with debit. And I thought my Social Security card was perhaps also in the wallet. So this is like a gold mine for somebody, right? It's Christmas Eve. They've got cash, and they've got a couple of lines of major credit and a Social Security number. So I kind of, like I said, had that moment of internal freak out. I ran out from the store, and I started to retrace my steps. I thought, all right, go back to the office, and it wasn't there, and I didn't think it would be there. But I knew that I had the wallet when I got on the bus, and I was sort of a little loopy at that point. But I definitely had the wallet because I was still pulling out the $2 of bus fare as the bus was rolling away, so I did know that much. So the sort of obvious thing to do at this point would be to either call SEPTA, because I knew it was the 21 bus, and I knew what time about my wallet had been probably lost there. And of course call the banks and the credit unions and all the rest of it. But I don't know why, but something compelled me to take a different course of action. I decided actually instead, rather than to first do that, to call a friend of mine. And it's kind of funny, I don't really know how to refer to this person, because she's come into my life probably in the last 3 weeks, unbidden, and through another friend of mine, and she sort of showed up as like an angel in human form. She's really illuminated some crazy things about my life and been absolutely dead on about some things that she couldn't possibly have known. So of course, you're listening to me and probably thinking, smart people don't believe in that kind of shit. Like, why are you going to call a human angel? So I call my friend, and I'm not going to reveal her. She sort of has an avatar, and she goes by Lotus Flower. Now this just, I know this is just getting weirder and weirder. So I call her up, and I'm like, look, Lotus, you know, I just got off the 21 bus, and I'm pretty sure that my wallet is heading west on Walnut Street. Can you send some good vibes or something? And she says to me, okay, take a breath. I can tell you that your wallet is in good hands. In fact, if you must know, a woman picked it up off the floor of the bus and turned it into the bus driver. She said, just keep picturing your wallet surrounded in white light. Now, okay, there is a fine line, perhaps, between stupidity and an enlightened response here, and I was standing at the crossroads. So, what do? You know, at this point, again, I'm at my office. I don't have any money, so I can't get on the bus, and I can't take a cab, because you know what that story's like when that person comes up to you on the street and asks you for money. Nobody's going to give it to me. So, there's probably a good half hour yet still to walk home. Meanwhile, at this point, you know, an hour and a half is going to go by, and somebody could be opening up a line of credit in my name to the tune of, like, you know, $100,000, and I'm just kind of like, huh, maybe I'll call my friend. So, you know, I go home, and, you know, my husband's actually, he was home. I had called him, and he logged on to our bank account, and nothing was taken out. Everything was still there. And so, of course, you know, I call Wachovia, I call the credit cards, call the credit unions. We covered the bases, and we had plans later that evening to go and have Christmas Eve dinner with my family. And yeah, it sucked because the wallet wasn't there. We had gotten a direct line actually to the 21 bus when we called SEPTA. They were really helpful, and they just said to keep calling back. They had put a call into the driver that this had happened, and they hadn't heard back. And we kept trying all evening. So finally, the last call to SEPTA was about 10:30. We come back. They still didn't know anything. We come back to our house. It's about 11 o'clock at night. I'm upstairs wrapping last-minute Christmas gifts, and my husband's downstairs watching TV. About 11:45, the doorbell rings, and it is the driver of the 21 bus, and he is hand-delivering my wallet. And I didn't greet him because my husband Greg was downstairs, and so I didn't actually get to ask him if indeed a woman had picked it up off his floor and given it to him. But nonetheless, that was sort of the most incredible Christmas gift that I could have received, and it wasn't just about the relief of getting the wallet back. I mean, I cried a little bit, and not because I was just relieved, although there was that because I am human, but there was really more of a sense of a reaffirmation of goodness in the world, and that there are people out there who will do the right thing, and I think a lot of times in our fear and in our frenziness we can forget that. And I was just really awed by the spirit of a more magnanimous soul who did this and who delivered it to me on the eve of Christmas. So, thank you.